Hello friends, welcome to the weekly Prepper Pantry haul for the Cold War Prepper. My name is Lee, and these are the items we've acquired in preparation for SHTF over the past week. And this is the week ending Saturday, August 16th, 2025. I was thinking, there's got to be something more to ramen than just having these packets with the flavor seasoning packet inside, or the cup of noodles with their flavors, their seasoning and flavoring packet. And so I've spent a lot of time researching ramen. Of course, that also got me into one of my favorite things, which is chow mein or lo mein and stir-fried. So I've just been doing an awful lot of studying on how can I enhance overall chow mein, lo mein, and ramen over the course of the last week. So you're going to see that that's a large influence on my purchases this week on how we can get these simple little 47-cent packets of noodles and really enhance them overall. So I did pick up another can of Algerson Farms sweet corn, less than $20. It's a fantastic deal. Picked up a bottle of Shaoxing cooking wine, Chinese cooking wine. And that, along with the Japanese mirin, which is a form of sake, but it's not quite as high in alcohol content. It's a little bit sweeter. So those are primary ingredients we're going to be using for both the noodles, whether it be ramen or for lo mein, chow mein. 3 more packets of chicken flavor ramen noodle soup. Now remember, this is only chicken flavor if you use the seasoning packet that's on the inside. So if you throw the seasoning packet away, then it's just a regular ramen noodle. So you can get any of the ramen noodle maruchans for 47 cents at Walmart and modify them to your own needs. So what I'm finding is, especially in Japan and Korea, they will boil the noodles in one pot and use that noodle, I'm going to call it pasta water. We can call it ramen water. They'll use that as a base for some of their sauces, but they'll have an awful lot of sauce that's made with soy sauce, mirin, Shaoxing cooking wine, oyster sauce, fish sauce, a lot of different ingredients, and then that gets combined with just a little bit, a couple tablespoons of the ramen cooking water, and that becomes the overall flavor enhancer. Then I also got a bag of the ramen toppings. Now these are 8 to 10 different kinds of veggies that are mixed together that have been dehydrated or freeze-dried. So you just take a small teaspoon and throw those on top. And with most of these Japanese-style, Korean-style ramen noodles, what you can do is take things like the small can of diced ham and add that to your ramen. Or you can take a can of clams or a can of shrimp or anything like that and add that as a seasoning as well. Then you have more protein that's being added to your ramen. So you can feed a large family with a couple packets of ramen, some seasoning, and some of the proteins that you can get at the store. I did get another from Amazon, a package of zucchini. Then part of the overall cooking for the ramen and lo mein chow mein is some white pepper, which I understand is quite intense compared to black pepper. However, I also understand that intensity only lasts for a short while. Some MSG, it was cheaper to get MSG from Amazon than it was to get Accent at Walmart. So remember that Accent is nothing more than MSG. So this big jar here was about the same price as what a smaller jar, about half that size or a third that size of Accent is at Walmart. Now, one of the other things that I looked into was making a chicken pot pie. So the chicken pot pie recipe that I saw online that we're going to try, and we'll do that as a video for y'all, is basically 2 pie crusts and some cream of potato soup, as well as a can of chicken and a can of veg-all. Mix all that together and then bake that at 350 to 400 degrees for a little while. So we'll do that as a test and see how that goes, and see whether we need to stock more cream of potato, pie crust mix, and chicken and veg-all to make that in case of SHTF. I got the cream style corn. You can do the same thing. You can make your own. If you take a look at the contents on cream style corn, basically what you've got is it's corn with sugar. So it's been sweetened a little bit, and then it's been, of course, crushed a little bit. And so you can basically do the same thing if you just use regular corn and mush it up and add a little bit of sugar, and that becomes your cream style. But the video that I watched was cream style corn, chicken, and ramen. So that was a very common chicken corn ramen that they serve in Tokyo. So we'll try that one as well. So we've got a lot of different recipes that we'll be looking at here in the near future. So the acquisitions this week were primarily towards having the supplies so that I can try some of those recipes for lo mein, chow mein, and ramen. Now, if you don't want to buy chow mein noodles, and you can find them dried. I looked at Walmart. You can get them dried. You can also use spaghetti, or you can use angel hair pasta. You can also use fettuccine. So any of those three will basically work. Now, I also found out that the ramen noodles are designed so that they basically absorb a sauce a little bit differently than do a spaghetti noodle, which is going to absorb the sauce in a different way. So there is a little bit of a difference if you try to use ramen noodles for, say, chow mein, or as a pasta base for, say, spaghetti. And likewise, there's going to be the same kind of a trade-off if you try to use spaghetti or fettuccine or angel hair in lieu of lo mein noodles or chow mein noodles, or in lieu of ramen. But I'll tell you what, at a price point of 47 cents for a packet of ramen, you just can't beat it. We also got another can of chicken. Now, we use the Costco brand chicken for our eating, and we use the Great Value brand of chicken. That's going to be mixed with rice, and that's what we'll use for long-term feeding of our chihuahuas for food in a post-apocalyptic world. The last thing I did is I also got some of these runts, which are different flavor of candies, and we'll vacuum seal those and get those in the storage for long-term storage, and we'll use that as a reward or a celebration or whatever in a post-apocalyptic world. So this is what we've got for this week. Let me know what you're doing down below and what you think about trying to get some variety in ramen and chow mein. So remember that we're all in this together, so we can come out the other side together. Please be kind, polite, and respectful to each other, because togetherness is the key. Bye-bye.